Dara was sitting alone in his house when she heard a phone buzzing and vibrating like crazy. It was blowing up.
And I hear like a bzz, bzz, bzz. Whose phone is that? I'm the only person in the house. Whose phone is that?
If it had rang once, she wouldn't have found it. But it would not stop buzzing. She had to find that phone. It was driving her crazy.
I open a drawer, Touré, and in this drawer is lubricants and the prophylactics, a drawer full. And in that drawer is the buzzing. And I pull out, and it's a burner phone.
They had talked about a future together. They were in the process of buying a house together.
I was open it up. Just messages after messages. I love you. I miss you. Where are you? And I'm seeing full conversations. I'm seeing date nights. I'm seeing all of this on the phone.
He was seeing a lot of women.
Not one woman, not two women, not three women. 7 different women.
He was actually seeing 9 other women. But let's let Dara tell the story. This is Why Did They Break Up? Dara, how'd you meet this man?
It was a blind date. It started off bad.
Why bad?
I showed up over 2 hours late. So when I got there, I was for sure he was not going to be there.
Oh, you were trying to sabotage it.
I think so.
But he was waiting.
So when I got there, he was there. And I was like, oh,
damn, now I have to do the damn date.
I was like, I have to do this. But then I felt like crap. I was like, oh, I've had this man waiting literally over 2 hours. And he was just sitting there. And I said, hey, I'm so sorry. And he gave me he was handsome, like she said. He was, a stocky guy, stockier kind of more than I usually date, but nice guy. And he was like, listen, I understand how busy you are. And I was like, oh, here he goes. So that's how we met.
How long does the relationship last?
It lasted maybe a little under 2 years.
So when did you start to see red flags that were concerning?
Probably, honestly, maybe 3 months in. His schedule was a little different. He worked overnights. He was a blue collar guy. So, talk about flexibility. He was flexible on his days off, right? Because he worked overnights in a blue collar type job. So I was at his condo in Jersey hanging out. He would give me a car. Okay. He gave me a car so that, hey, when you're free, you just come. You don't have to worry about getting on the trains and buses and all of that. I came home to his house one day and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm on the laptop and I hear like a bzz, bzz, bzz. I'm like, what is that my work phone? And I'm looking, nothing. And then it goes dead. I'm like, what is that? Again, bzz, 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 bzz. So what is that? Is that whose phone is that? I'm the only person in the house. Whose phone is that? And so I'm tracking down the phone and I open a drawer, Touré, and in this drawer it's a drawer full of only, how do I see it? I should have learned the language from the Diddy trial. The glides and the lubricants and the prophylactics, a drawer full. And in that drawer is the buzzing. And I pull out and it's a burner phone. And I'm like, what is it? And I open the phone and it's just messages. Where are you? Messages. Now, because it's not the iPhones that we have now. It's you could see the messages on the phone. Where are you? I miss you. And I try to. And so because he uses the same lock code, men do better. Same lock code. I was open it up. Just messages after messages. I love you. I miss you. Where are you? And then I start digging because I'm a journalist, but then I'm a woman and I'm like, what? And I'm seeing full conversations. I'm seeing date nights. I'm seeing all of this on the phone. Now he's an idiot because now I know, he left the burner phone that day by mistake.
Oh, my
not
God.
Knowing that I was coming in. Not one woman, not two women, not three women. 7 different women.
He's seeing 7 women while he's seeing you.
Correct. 7 different women. And I'm like, a couple names I recognized because you know how women can do. So I'm like, oh, she really, oh, she's really been up in this house. We've really gone out to dinner with her, but 7 women.
Wait, some of the women you went out to dinner with him and her?
Mm-hmm. We've hung out. She had been around. A couple of them, yeah. Come by the house, go have drinks, stop by. Yes.
So he had
childhood friends. He was like, oh, you got to meet my childhood friends. You have to meet everyone. Because me and you, this is going to be we had talked about marriage. Our families had spent Thanksgiving together. Before the buzzing, we were looking to buy a house. We had narrowed it down to a house by the GW because I got to be at work. I have to go into the city. And another one for a little bit further out near his son because he had a son in a prior relationship. We were looking like so close to like, we need to do these renovations. Let's get the paperwork done. Okay. The day that I found the buzzing, and my days might be, but what I remember is that weekend coming up, we were going to the house to do the paperwork on the new house. Okay.
You were that close.
That close.
To buying a house together.
Moving me to New Jersey.
Oh my God.
Can you believe that?
Oh my God.
I didn't cry.
Really?
No, I didn't.
Were you in shock?
I was in shock. I was in shock at what I didn't know about him. I was in shock that this was the man that I was shocked.
There's a whole life happening away from you.
And remember, he's on that weird schedule. He works overnights, blue collar guy, overnights from like, I don't know what overnights. I can't remember. It was like 10 to 5 or something ridiculous. Overnights. So how are you doing this? And you're at work all the time overnight. Well, I started with the girl at the top. Hey, sis.
No.
From the burner phone. So when
she thinks it's him and it's you.
And it's me. But she doesn't even say hello. She says like, hey, babe, or oh my God, you called back, or did you get my And I said, yeah, I did get the message, but it's me.
What did you say to her?
Now remember, there's 7.
Yeah, what did you say?
Went through
what did you say
one.
What did you say?
And she said, oh, what are you doing with this phone? I said, the phone in our house? I picked it up. So she tried to get snappy. I said, so what we're not going to do is do that. We're not going to get snappy. You're not going to try and ask me what I'm doing with my man's phone and why I'm calling. I said, because I'm not about to do that hood rat crap. I'm trying to figure out what the situation is. That's all I want to know. I said, and by the way, I'm just starting with you because it's not just you. And then she was, because I guess she thought she was the top side piece, if that's a thing. So she said, oh, well, she calmed down. Because if you just talk, she calmed down. Then she just told me everything. And this is the one who was the childhood friend who had met me. And she started off by saying, I'm so sorry. You are so nice. I liked you when I met you. And I wondered why he brought you around because he knew what we were doing. And it was so weird. And I had just seen him the day before he brought you around. And I said, wow. She said, do you want to get together and talk? I said, sure. She was like, you can meet me over. I said, I remember where you live. She was like, do you need a car? I said, no, I have the truck. The truck he gave me. She was like, right, oh, he gave you that truck? I said, yeah, I got that. She said, I wonder where that truck was. He always picks me up in the sports car. He said that the truck was in the shop. I said, yeah, the shop in New York City at my apartment. Girl number 1. Went, sat on a bench in New Jersey, talked, gave me all the info. She said, you're really calm. And I was like, because what are you going to do? I said, I found out now. I said, I don't have the ring. We're not doing some of the things. I said, what do you? I said, and it's not just you. It's the fact that I said, so now I'm a little disgusted. And I'm really now trying to figure out how this happened. Let her go. She was like, so do you know about the such and such one?
She introduced you to somebody you didn't know beyond the 7. So this is number 8 now.
So she said because he and I got into it about her, so I guess she's on the list. And I literally had to pull up the burner phone and say, wait, what's her name? Oh, I don't have her. She said, oh, you know her. She's the one with the kid and she said, and I always thought it was his kid. And that's okay. So I'm not going to get messy. I just want the information. Told me about her. So I had to write her. Literally got a pen out of my bag and had to write down that woman's name. She's like, I know where she lives. I said, I'm not going over people's houses.
So then you called number 2?
Then I called number 2. Similar story. Number 3 hung up on me and was like, don't ever call back. Okay. Number 3, I might as well say it now, ended up blowing that phone up, trying to get back to him, thinking eventually he was going to have the phone back. Girl, I ain't giving him back this phone. What are you? You hung up on me when I tried to talk, but you keep calling all night. He's never getting this phone back. Most of these women, I will say, only had the burner number. They didn't have his like legit number, which is why when I opened up the prophylactic drawer, it was just bzzz. Called number 4.
She was receptive.
She was receptive and she did not want to meet. She was like, oh, I can't meet you. I just can't. I can't believe this is even happening. I said, but you knew about me. Everyone knew about me. She was like, yeah, but I thought you lived out of the country.
So he was telling all the girls about you.
Yeah. Yes. Everyone knew.
So did you call 5, 6, 7, and 8?
I called 5, 6, and 7. 8 is the one that I think pushed me over the top.
Wait, what happened with 5, 6, and 7?
5, 6, and 7. So 4 didn't talk to me. 5 didn't want to meet. 6 and 7. 7 never answered the phone. I think someone had called her because a couple of them knew each other. So I'm like, he's just running through the neighborhood. And then I just felt disgusted. And then number 8 was the one I had written down that the first girl told me about.
Yeah.
And she had his real number because she had texted him. Before I could get to her, she knew. So I'm calling from the burner, she's not picking up. I'm calling from the burner, she's not picking up. So then finally, I get her eventually, and I go see her.
How'd you get her?
I'd sent a text, and she did not know that the text was me. I said, hey, trying to call, pick up. She picked up. And then it was me. She started crying immediately. Let me tell you something. This woman barely spoke English. And she kept saying, my son, but my son, but my son, but my son, my son. And I said, I'm not understanding you. She's crying. I said, we need to meet. I said, let's figure this out. We met in a parking lot in a store in Middle New Jersey because she lived a little further away. And she proceeded to tell me in Spanglish, broken English, that he was paying her rent. He was taking care of the kid. He helped her get a job. At the time, the kid was like 5, 6.
Okay.
I asked her if this was his kid. She started crying. She did not confirm nor deny. She just said she didn't want any problems. She wanted to stay in America, and she was in love with him. When I pulled up into the empty parking lot of this department store in New Jersey, she immediately bust out in tears. She said, the truck. I've not seen the truck. Your truck. I said, it's my truck. She said, I used to see the truck. I never seen it. She's like, you're real. She was like, So I knew she was going to tell him. Because this has been going on for days. This didn't happen in all one day, Touré.
Wait.
8 women.
Wait. You spent 3 days?
Multiple days.
Talking to,
Multiple
meeting with
women.
these 8 women. Did you not see him during this time?
So I went back home, back to New York. Back to the city, back home, just across the bridge. He came back. He didn't really know. And then I think by day 2 or 3, the word got back. After number 8, because she immediately called. She was immediately calling him. Like, what's going on? Yeah. And so that's when he was like, what's happening? Calling me. I was in New York City in my place, not picking up the phone. He's blowing me up. So finally he says, what's going on? We have to meet. Took some time and I was like, okay. And when I met him, Touré, he was just a little boy, just balled up in tears. Just bawling. Just like someone had died. I said, hey, yeah, we need to talk. He was like, I think we need to talk. I said, yeah, we'll talk. Sunday, that's family day. That was the day we're supposed to sign the papers. So we get out to the house with the inspector. He was like, where have you been? That's what happened. I take him. He's like, where have you been? What's going on? He knew that the number 8 had called, but I had not said anything yet. So he's kind of playing it like, what's going on? He was blowing me up, blowing me up, blowing me up. Are you coming to Jersey?
So he knows that you know, but he's not telling you
because
that
I'm not,
he knows.
right.
And you know, but you're not telling him
Correct.
that you know.
Correct.
So you both know, but you're both
Yeah.
pretending to not know. Like, does he know? Does she know?
Uh-huh.
Does he know? What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you know he knows.
I know because I know number 8. She can't live with, she had to call him. So and I don't know what she said, but I know that he said she told him something about his meeting. So he was calling me during the week. I couldn't get there. And then he said Sunday. So we got out to the house all the way. And I'm driving the truck because I still have the truck. He drove his fancy sports car. And we get out to the house and it's like maybe she didn't say anything to him because he's just like, oh, this is what we're going to do. And then up here, we can put your office. And then the papers came and I was like, go ahead. He said, what? I said, do you think I'm signing this paperwork to buy a house with you? And I started naming them. I said, so that they can all come through. And I said, and what are you going to do about number 8 and her son? I said, so are you going to build a room for them for when I'm gone? Is that? And you know, the white man was there with the papers and he was like, I think I should step out. And I said, no, he's gonna sign those. Right? Because we did the bank, the monies, remember the inspection. You're signing this, right? You're getting this house, right? Because I'm not, but maybe, and then again, I name them. Maybe one of them, but especially number 8. With the kid, your kid, her kid. In addition to your other kid. He was frozen, embarrassed, clearly, eyes, and just was like, and I'm going to get into the truck that he gave me and drive back. Don't go. And he's running after me. Don't go. You can't leave. We have to talk. He was like, she was for real? You really did call her? She didn't even say we met. I said, called. We sat down and talked. I said, and not just her. And then I named the ones. I said, and he was just like, well, they're all lying. Everyone's a lie. I went back to get some other things and to give him his vehicle back.
Mm-hmm.
And his keys.
Mm-hmm.
And I was checking, just making sure I had everything. And I was checking email. And we had I knew his email password because you're talking to family, we're arranging things. So that's how, it's a real relationship. And there's an email that comes across that says, informed delivery. You know how they can say you missed a delivery or sorry we missed you for delivery. And I was like, I didn't order any Amazon or anything or FedEx. Did I? And I opened up the email and it has our house at the condo address, but a different floor. And I was like, oh, they sent it to the wrong floor. And I was like, oh, I know her. Let me go see if I got a package or something. Right. And so I opened and I said, but let me call first and make sure because it's his name, same address, but wrong floor. So I call and I say, hey, sorry, I just wanted to, what was the package? Because I'm trying to understand if we missed it or if you misdelivered. And they said, oh, no. And are you Mrs. And I said, yep. Name, credit card, all the information. And they said, oh, no, it was delivered to floor whatever. And I was like, huh. And they said, yeah, you ordered the bassinet, right? And I said, let me just look at the order number as my mouth is dropped. And I said, looks like it's a bassinet. Now, let us know there's a warranty on that. A lot of people have a hard time putting that together. So it did arrive. And I said, it looks like it. Let me just double check. I'll call back if not. I said, by the way, I just want to, when was this ordered? And I got all the details. Oh, that was ordered. Looks like it was ordered. That was, it was a late delivery. Yeah, that was about maybe a month ago. Whatever it was, it was like 4 weeks ago, a month, 4 to 6 weeks. She said, sorry for the late, but this is a very popular one, but it's really safe for the babies. And I was like, thank you so much. So I went to go up to where this bassinet was delivered. And I was like, but that's weird because that's the girl in the building that we know and that I see every time when I'm parking the truck. She was like, oh, you got my space. And I'm like, I got your space. How are you? Good. Groceries, need help? Yeah. Hey, girl, how you doing? Love your hair. Love those shoes. How you doing? It's hot outside. Her. That's her apartment. I mean, I can walk up the stairs. It's one flight. She lived right above us.
Number 9.
With child. His.
New child.
Not yet delivered.
So he had a baby on you.
Had a baby on me. And she was the neighbor. Nice sister girl who we would help each other with Whole Foods, the groceries.
In your building.
In the building. Because I guess if he couldn't get to number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, he could just run upstairs real quick. When he found out she was pregnant. And she burst into tears. I said, why is everybody crying? What is the deal? Because I have not shed one goddamn tear. But everybody around me is crying over this man. Or when I show up, they cry at the car. They cry when they hear me. They cry when they see me. She just burst out into tears.
So then what?
I said, congratulations. She said, he didn't tell you. Crying. You want to come in? I said, no, I don't need to come in. I think I got to know. I said, but you got the bassinet? She said, yeah, he was here trying to put it together. But then he said that you were calling and he had to go. I said, you need to make sure he fixes that bassinet. Had a child. He eventually came to the city, tracked me down. Because, you know, we do the things. We block, get out of here. I left my apartment for a while to go stay with my friend. I was like, I don't want him showing up at my crib. Let me go to my boy's house in Chelsea. He didn't know that. Found me, don't know how, found me. Showed up at my homeboy's crib in Chelsea, and he was there. He was like, yo, you can't be coming around. It just started to get like ugly. And like, I don't do ugly. I don't do drama. I don't do this. Get in your fancy sports car and go back to Jersey. Go. Like, this is not happening. This is over. I didn't curse you out. I didn't talk bad about you to the women. I didn't tell your mother. I'm about to. Because now your family's blowing me up. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Hey, do you really want to know? I said, so do you want me to tell them or are you going to tell them? Don't tell my mother. I was like, she needs to know she's got another grandchild coming and she might have two. But that's your business. Don't come around me anymore. That didn't stop him. He continued to try, called my mom. His mom called my mom. I mean, this is how, yes. My mother was like, hey, so listen, I really appreciate you. I liked you all the times at Thanksgiving and I thought our kids were going to be together, but my daughter's not selling for that. So go ahead, handle your son, talk to your son. Thank you so much for calling. There'll be no repair things happening here. So don't call me because that's not the advice I'm giving my daughter. So it got like that. I said, how in the world?
What was the final conversation between the two of you?
The final conversation was, just hear me out. Just hear me out. Can't
What's he gonna say? I love women. Well, who can blame
Can we go
me?
to counseling? I said, I'm not going to sit here and just listen to you lie. I said, you've been lying. I still have the phone. I said, I have the phone. He said, do you want me to bring? I said, there's a third party. I will sit and talk to you with a third party. Found a counselor. Sat there. He told his story. We were trying to communicate. And the counselor was like, I'm not understanding your point of view, sir. I'm trying to understand what's happening here. And that pissed him off. And he was like, are you just on her side? And he was like, no, I'm really trying to understand what it is you want her to do. It wasn't just an affair. It was 9 different and potential babies.
It's half of the tri-state area.
It's half of the tri-state. I mean, and you're asking her to do what exactly? Let's be clear.
There's apps whose ratio is fucked up because he was taking up 9 women's attention at the same time.
Right. So counseling, 1 session, he stormed out of that session and I said, see, this isn't.
Why did he storm out?
Because he felt like he was being ganged up on. He was like, he's not listening to me. I need someone that listens to me. I said, he is listening. He doesn't understand. Just like I don't understand.
The problem is not that he doesn't hear you. It's that he does hear you.
You're saying he's not listening. You haven't even told him about the baby. The therapist is like, there's a child involved. And I said, not his child prior to our relationship, not the child he's taking care of with the immigrant that doesn't speak English, but the child from upstairs from our neighbor, that child. Are you going to tell the story or do you want me to tell it? That was the last time.
But he tried to get you back after counseling.
Correct. He wanted to get married.
What?
I know we had talked about it. We were going to get the house. Eventually we were going to be together. I want you to marry me. And
he proposed to you.
He said he didn't have a ring. He said he was going to look at he had been looking at rings, he told me. I've been looking at rings. I went in, I want to marry you. And I just was like, hello? What? Hello? What number are you calling? Did you have a baby?
You got a breakup story you want to share? Hit me up on Instagram or TikTok at Touré Show, or email whydiddtheybreakup@gmail.com. If you love this conversation, hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to this channel, and you'll get more Why Did They Break Up episodes every week.